Distinguished colleagues, nominees, guests, chamber staff, media, welcome to the confirmation hearing of the Foreign Affairs Committee for nominees for Chief of Protocol, Director of Passport, Ambassador Designate. Today, at this time, we will have opening prayers, as the tradition is, administering the oath by the Sergeant at Arms. There will be welcome remarks by the committee. There will be self-introduction by committee members and senators. There will be statements from the nominees. And then there will be interaction, question and answer. Then there will be closing statement by the committee. The nominees will be discharged by the Sergeant at Arms, and as the committee may deem if necessary to call the nominee back for continuation or whether today will be sufficient. That will determine at the close of this hearing. And then there will be benediction. And then we all will discharge and leave. So at this time, the Sergeant at Arms, there will be opening prayers by the chaplain server of the Senate. Opening prayers.
Good afternoon. Before I pray, I just want to dwell on Genesis chapter 41 on the story concerning Joseph. I will not be long, but God's grace. Joseph was a young man who was placed in jail, and he knew best how to interpret a dream. And then it happened that he interpreted a dream for two persons in the prison compound. And then they left him. It took 2 years after. Then Pharaoh had a dream. And then the person that he interpreted the dream for first was able to recommend him to Pharaoh, for him to interpret Pharaoh's dream. Madam Director, Protocol Director for the Republic of Designate Director for the Republic of Liberia. I know somebody may have recommended you. Mr. Director Designate for Passport, and then Mr. Ambassador Designate. I believe somewhere, somehow, the President has recommended you to this body to inquire for you. But when Joseph was recommended, we see that Joseph, this is what he said to Pharaoh. I want to read that in, I just pray and close. He said, "So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and he was quickly brought before the dungeons. When he has shaved and changed his clothes, he came before Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have a dream, and no one can interpret it, but I have heard it said of you that when you hear a dream, you can interpret it." Verse 16, "I cannot do it," Joseph replied to Pharaoh, "but God would give Pharaoh the answer he desired." In short, I want to say to the three of you, you must depend on God. Do not depend on your expert or your knowledge to do the service to the Liberian people. Joseph was depend on the gift given him by God to say, I can do it. But he said, I cannot do it, but God. Depend on God, if confirmed, to serve the Liberian people. I know our president has nominated you to serve the Liberian people. So depend on God, like Joseph depended on God to serve. And when we read chapter 1, after he interpreted a dream, when we read verse 37, Pharaoh said, the plan seemed good to Pharaoh and to all his officials. So Pharaoh asked them Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God? And I know when we go find, we see that in Scripture they said no. Then people designated Joseph to serve and put him in charge in verse 41 of chapter 41. This afternoon, if you are being asked by our senators and the question will be thrown to you, if confirmed, we want you to serve based on depending on God and leading on God to serve our country and the people of our country. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day. Bless the honorable people that have come, O God, to do what they are asked to do, O God. Bless them, guide them, lead them, O God. And bless the people that have come, O God, to be like Joseph, to depend on you, Lord, to serve our country. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, sir. This committee would like to announce that all those named by the president serving as ambassadors or to serve as ambassadors, ambassador at large, ambassador for whatever affairs, you will have to appear before the committee for confirmation. We have passed this information to the executive marshal. If you are operating out there since the president named you and you have not faced this committee to have the mandate of the Senate in keeping with the Constitution, there's likelihood for action. I want to send a message. With that said, we will do welcome remarks by the committee and we'll ask Senator Barbara Dapala of Cape May County, the ranking member of this committee, to do a welcome remark for us. After which, there will be self-introduction, and then the nominees each will present a short statement of their vision for the positions to which they are nominated. Senator?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Distinguished colleagues, on behalf of this committee, I'm pleased to welcome you, nominees, your family, and your co-workers here to this confirmation hearing. As you know, the process of executive appointment, they appoint you and you come for the Senate to make a consent. And in doing that, we have to understand whether individually you are suitable for those positions. So this confirmation is in line with that. Please feel free, answer the questions correctly. When a senator poses a question, you address them as senator and you go on to answer your question. To the public and those who have come to observe, we don't clap here, but you are welcome to observe. And if you have questions to ask, you can ask it through our committee members and chairs. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Babla. We will now have self-introduction of senators, beginning with my colleague sitting right by me. Okay, we'll begin on my father.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For my introduction, I just want to also thank you for the pronouncement you just made. We've noticed that some people have been nominated by the president, especially in ambassadorial roles, are already functioning without Senate confirmation. So, Mr. Chairman, I really want to thank you for that pronouncement. And we're just about to put a letter on the floor of the Liberia Senate that all those have been nominated by the president, especially in ambassadorial roles, that are subject to confirmation hearing and have not appeared for this committee. We will take the necessary legislative action at the soonest honor your leadership, Mr. Chairman. So thank you. Having said that, my name is Senator Edwin Snow, and I'm a ranking member of this committee. Thank you.
Chairman?
No, after that, let them continue.
A pleasant good afternoon to all of you. My name is Jonathan Borchas Sobe. I represent the people of River G County and a member of this committee.
name is Nyatua Jr., a member of this committee from Limba County.
Senator Thomas Yaya Nimley from Grand Jide County, member of this committee.
Senator Tapa Mabale Fakla, Rankin Park County, member of this committee.
It's okay.
And Abraham Douglas Dillon, Monterey County, and I'm chair of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. There may be other colleagues, senators who will enter from time to time, and they will do self-introduction. At this time, Sanya, please administer the oath to the nominees. Call your name, where applicable, and the positions to which you are nominated. Sanya, speak the command.
Before your right hand, place your left hand in worship to run about. The lead opposition. I,
Antoinette M. Waller,
do hereby swear. Testimony I'm going to give. It's the truth.
is the truth,
Nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Chair, a member of the committee on foreign affairs will not qualify for the stand.
Thank you. The committee like to announce that this hearing is live on ERBC for our people to follow. Thank you. We will now entertain opening statement from each of the nominees. Honor 10 minutes each. Honor 10 minutes each. Your name, your brief resume, and your vision seeking to go to that office. So you setting up for job interview, convince us. Beginning with you, Madam Nominee for Chief of Protocol, Republic of Liberia. Proceed.
Thank you. Honorable Chairman and members of the Committee on Foreign Relations, I would like to thank the Chairman and members of the committee for this hearing. I am Ms. Antoinette Muna Waller, designated to hold the office of the Chief of Protocol, Republic of Liberia. I hold a Master of Arts degree in International Relations from the University of Liberia, a postgraduate diploma from the Gabriel Dennis Foreign Service Institute, and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Management, minor in Public Administration from the University of Liberia. I also hold professional and advanced training certificates in diplomacy from the Foreign Service Institute in India, China, and South Africa. I also obtained a certificate in peace and conflict resolution from the Mano River Youth Leaders on Nonviolence Transformation of Conflict, organized by the University for Peace in partnership with the University of Sierra Leone. I have 16 years experience in work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 2008 as a research analyst and joined as protocol officer 2009 to 2015. I was subsequently appointed in 2015 as Senior Deputy Chief of Protocol, Republic of Liberia. Since December 2022, I have been serving as Acting Chief of Protocol due to ill health of the then Chief of Protocol. I have served under 4 Chiefs of Protocol who have provided valuable mentorship for which I see myself as qualified and suited to be the second female Chief of Protocol of the Republic of Liberia, should this honorable body confirm me to serve. I believe when given the opportunity, I will work with authorities to improve protocol. Thank you.
Next.
Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, members of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, other senators here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm J. Henry Pearson, vying for the position of Director General of Passport and Visas. It is with deep gratitude and a profound sense of duty that I appear before this honorable body today seeking your confirmation for the position of Director General for Passport and Visa. It is an honor to be considered for this role. I want to use this medium to extend my warmest thanks and appreciation to His Excellency President Joseph Ivan Boyka for his nomination. If confirmed by this honorable body, I promise to continue serving our great nation with integrity, dedication, and unwavering focus on enhancing our passport and visa services. Our passports are more than just a travel document. They are a symbol of identity and national sovereignty. They represent the freedom of movement and the pride of every Liberian. Therefore, it is crucial that we facilitate seamless and efficient services for our citizens and uphold the highest standard of security and integrity regarding the issuance of our passports. I present to you today a vision for the Division of Passport and Visa that aligns with the vision of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Besco-Yanti. This vision rests upon four fundamental pillars: service delivery, security, innovation, and transparency. Service delivery. Our primary objective shall be to provide every Liberian with access to efficient and high-quality passport and visa services. We plan to achieve this through the following: streamlined process. We will simplify and expedite the application and issuance of process by reducing bureaucratic hurdles and enhancing our digital platforms. Customer-centric approach. By establishing a customer service helpline and feedback mechanism, we will ensure that citizens' concerns and suggestions are addressed promptly and efficiently. Accessibility and decentralization. We will extend our service to Liberian citizens in the diaspora and other parts of the country through mobile units and partnership with institutions with the capacity to serve our citizens in the diaspora, ensuring that every Liberian, regardless of location, can access our services. Security. The integrity of our passport is paramount to maintaining national security and international trust. To this end, we will focus on the following: advanced security features, implementing additional state-of-the-art security features in our passport to combat forgery and identity theft, data protection, strengthening the security of our passport personalization system to safeguard personal information from unauthorized access and breaches. Collaboration. Working closely with national and international security agencies to prevent misuse of our travel document and ensure compliance with global standards. Innovation. We must embrace innovation to enhance our services and operation in today's rapidly evolving world. Our innovation strategy will include the following: digital transformation, leveraging technology to automate processes, reduce paperwork, and provide online services, making it easier for citizens to apply for and receive passports and visas. E-visa program. To promote the government arrest agenda, particularly in the area of tourism, we intend to introduce an e-visa system to facilitate travel and boost tourism and business opportunity in Liberia. The system will also provide uniformity of our visas and increase security for travelers entering our country. Training and capacity building. Equipping our staff with the latest skills and knowledge to handle new technology and deliver exceptional services. Transparency. Transparency is the cornerstone of trust and accountability. We will ensure that our operations are transparent by opening communication. We will keep the public informed about our policies, procedures, and any change that may affect them through the regular updates and public engagement. Anti-corruption measures. Implementing stringent anti-corruption measures and audit to maintain the integrity of our service and build public confidence.
Can we still have 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Performance metric. Establish clear performance metric and regularly publish reports demonstrating our progress and accountability. Honorable Senators, I am committed to these pillars as a foundation of my leadership at the Division of Passport and Visa. I believe that through these initiatives, we can build a system that is not only efficient and secure, but also to reflect the values and aspirations of our people. I look forward to the opportunity to serve, to work with you, and to contribute to Liberia's continued progress and prosperity. I served the intelligence service for 37 years, ranging from honorary case officer to director. Thank you, sir.
Next.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Co-Chairman, members of this committee. I'm Bob Harley Sharif, citizens of Grand Cape County, Republic of Liberia. I'm deeply honored and privileged today to sit before you, the Honorable Senate, for this Senate confirmation. And I want to say thanks to the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, for nominating me to the position of Ambassador Designate. I come from the 50th Ambassador Designate. I come from the 54th Legislature, represent the people of Grand Cape County and the true son of this time. Distinguished members of the Liberia Senate, I believe if I'm confirmed by you members of the Liberia Senate, I will prove beyond all reasonable doubt the confidence imposed in me by the President of the Republic of Liberia.
Yes, sir.
I'm quite confident with the experience that I have from the national legislature and coming from the public and private sector of this country. I believe if confirmed, I will do my utmost best. Distinguished senators and members of the committee, I strongly believe that my confirmation here today will serve a milestone in the history of promoting our cultural and diplomatic sectors in our outside country. Let me say thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank the members of the committee. I look forward in answering questions as it relates to this nomination. Thank you.
Thank you. So before we get to interaction questions and answers, we'd like to remind members of the gallery that we do not cheer here and we do not boo in here. We know that everybody who come here to support nominees, they come wanting the nominees to be confirmed. And so even the senator doing their work by asking questions, some people get uncomfortable. You get angry with the senator and all. On pass the people, the people say most supporting confirmed people will pass and they're not working. You can say we don't want to the senator, they were supporting the nominee. You can say that the senator, they confirm no people. So we will have to do our work. I want to welcome you again. It is time for us to interact with the nominees. Senators,
Yes, sir.
the floor is open.
Thank you.
We go to that's on that first one, right?
Yes.
Ask questions. All the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senators, no.
Yes.
I tell you,
Oh, I don't know how to.
Sorry, Chairman.
Senator Thomas Nimla.
we'll start with you.
Former Foreign Minister of Republic of Liberia.
We'll get check with some of
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My first question goes to the passport director, designate. Sir, have you ever worked with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before?
No, sir.
This is your first time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You said in the security features of the passport, if you have seen the current passport, what additional security features you think this passport needs in order to be standardized?
Thank you, Senator. When I spoke with some of the technicians, they are
Use the
indicated to me.
microphone.
Use it.
When I spoke with some of the technicians, they are indicated to me that yes, the passport is good.
Please put that pen closer.
Yes, the passport is good, but to upgrade, it's possible that we can add additional features in order to upgrade for security reasons.
How many passports are in the possession of this government today? Do you have any idea?
No, sir.
Are you saying that we should discard 29,000, 30,000 passports to meet the new features?
Not as yes, sir.
How do you want us to go about it?
Hopefully, when we review work between the passport suppliers, we will look at the legal implications and see what we can be addressed.
Thank you. You talk about decentralization. We have been here since 1847. I got my people coming from Grand County paying $50, $100 US to come and get one passport that costs $20. And I see you have decentralization, but you got mobile units. Liberia is not moving anywhere. We are here to stay. Why you have mobile units for decentralization in the counties?
We will see how best we can upgrade it, because what I understood is that you have people coming from Maryland, from all the around counties coming for fingerprint. So if we thought that if we move according to maybe region, that can be able to reduce people coming at least to get fingerprint.
The time that you will be doing mobile units, my uncle may not have the money to pay for the passport. So you're doing mobile units, you're spending 2 weeks, 3 weeks in Grand Jide. He's on the farm, but he desperately needs passport to go to Ivory Coast. Have you guys, when you come into offices, do you dig into documents to find out what is this? Because when the passports were initially written, there were documents and agreements that talk about decentralization of passports. You have been increasing passport prices. We talk about decentralization of passport to Foya, to Swedu, to Blibo, to Kanta. That has been in your office for the past 21 years. Nobody has touched that agreement. And there are countries around the world, even in and around Guinea, Sierra Leone, no passport costs $20. So if you want to decentralize, we can help you raise the price to put an office, a permanent office, instead of doing mobile units. After 170 some more years, we should not be doing mobile units. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Senator Snow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Ambassador, good afternoon. Ambassador or just? Mr. Nominee. Good afternoon. Have you declared your asset?
Not yet, I will declare my asset.
You mind going to declare your asset before coming back for the confirmation?
I will declare my asset.
You want to go and do it before coming back for the confirmation?
I want to do the confirmation and take my asset down.
So you are disrespecting the president?
See that?
You are disrespecting the president. You agree with that?
Not so.
Have you worked in a foreign service before?
I've not worked in the foreign service before. We're coming from the bigger political.
Have you worked in a foreign service before? Direct question.
I have not worked in the foreign service.
What difference will you make being an ambassador?
The difference I will make, Mr. Senator and Mr. Chairman, coming from the biggest political theater of our country, the House of Legislature, I believe with all of the experience that we have from the legislature, I will perform to the best of their ability.
Coming from that theater, we know that, okay, I don't remove pro-chair, remove speaker, how you going to do that? Move the foreign minister too?
No, sir.
But you said how you do
I will work with
it. What qualifies you to be an ambassador?
What qualifies me to be an ambassador, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee? What qualifies me to be an ambassador? One, to become an ambassador, there was no diplomatic relations tied with that country.
Which country?
The country designated to represent. And to be an ambassador, I believe, with the appointment, that if I'm confirmed as an ambassador, one of my functions of bringing to that position is to bring understanding, cultural, economic, and protecting the interests of my citizens in the foreign country.
As ambassador, who do you report to?
As an ambassador, I report to my Minister of Foreign Affairs, along with the President of the Republic.
It's a nominee for Director of Passport. Are you the one that was the immediate past Director of NSA?
Yes, sir.
So as Director of NSA, what security feature you did not see on the passport that you think we should have now?
Basically, I was not paying attention at the time.
What?
To the features.
As National Security Director of the Republic of Liberia, what security features you did not see on the passport that you want to see now?
Looking at the passport personally, when I spoke with our technicians, they advised that it will be fair and good for our country. They would put additional features because there have been a lot of information passing that the passport have been in some of the wrong things. So if we can upgrade, that will be fair for our security protection for our passports.
So you didn't realize that before?
Yes, sir.
As Director of NSA, it was alleged that millions of dollars went through the NSA for different reasons outside governmental structure. Under your leadership, are you going to the passport agency to do the same thing?
Yes, sir.
What different will you do?
Looking at the term of reference at the passport session, it's quite different from that.
So the NSA will process money and spend any kind of way. The passport, what you do it?
We show that the passports are in the right hands. So,
as NSA Director, do you make sure that our passport is in the right hand?
we did allow we arrested some were able to pass through our hands.
And now as Director, how many will pass through your hand?
0.
You just told this committee that you don't even know how many passports in circulation. Are you sure as Director you will know?
We will do everything possible to do the best up to at least 100%.
How do you feel that our people that will come from Maryland, from Topmanburg, from Cape Mount, River, everywhere in this country, I'm going outside here to come here just to get passport. We cannot service like the former foreign minister, Senator Yari just said, or who have regional hubs for our passport. What's difficult about it? What reform are you going to take as a ministry?
The person that I've already spoken with the minister to see how best we can talk to other partners to see how we can decentralize it. Thereby, at least we can start from the regional level. Maybe we have 3-4 regions. At least instead of coming from Maryland all the way to Liberia, coming from Cape Mount all the way to Liberia, we can decentralize it and you can be able to do your fingerprinting and be able to see how we can do the passport instead of coming to work because expenses is too much. And we sorry for our people. We got to do everything possible to protect them.
Do you believe you are fit to be director of passport?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that from the NSA director of direct passport is demotion?
No, sir.
Are you happy about the promotion? You said not demotion.
I'm happy with the assignment.
Now, I represent Liberia at the level of ECOWAS. And most times we travel in West Africa, our citizens are crying for passport. You have thousands of Liberians that live in Lagos, for example, Lagos, Nigeria. They have to leave from Lagos, go to Abuja to get a passport document process, then it comes here, then it goes back. The same way in America, New York, Minnesota, other states in America. In other countries around the world, India, we got students there. Senegal right here. What do you think we can do to alleviate the hardship of our citizens from obtaining the passport that belongs to every citizen in the country? What do you think?
We can do everything possible to see how best we can develop different hubs in the different countries to see how we can be able to fast track the passports in these areas.
Sorry. Mr. Nominee, do you think you deserve my vote?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you deserve my vote?
Yes, sir.
Have you declared your assets?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken drug tests?
Yes, sir.
Have you been on drugs before?
No, also.
How long do you serve the security prior to
37 years.
37 years?
Yes, sir.
And you still think we need more features, greater feature on the passport?
Yes, sir.
And you deserve my vote?
Yes, sir.
Madam Ambassador, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Senator.
Have you declared your assets?
In process, sir.
In process?
Yes, sir.
Madam Ambassador, I saw you on the trip with the president to Korea. In which capacity were you there?
As acting chief of protocol, sir.
Have you heard the name Adolphus Dury? J. Adolphus Dury?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that this position you'll be working in her shoes?
Yes, sir.
What position were you during the inauguration?
Acting chief of protocol, sir.
How can you rate the protocol of the inauguration? If you were from 1 to 10, what would be your rating for the protocol during the inauguration? Your honor oath.
7.
7?
Yes.
You are in charge.
You want me to ask a question?
1 to 10, right?
If you were to rate the inauguration, the protocol at the inauguration, from 1 to 10, what would be your rating? If you want my vote, what would be your rating?
7.
7. So you believe during the next inauguration, we just need 3 more points to be 10. To be excellent.
Yes, sir.
That's what you believe.
Yes, sir.
Madam Ambassador, are you aware that presidents of the different countries have names?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared to learn the names?
Yes, sir.
When?
We do learn the names.
Madam Ambassador, I got recordings here I can play if you want me to.
Yes.
During all the ceremonies I watch, you say, let's welcome the president of Ghana.
Yes, sir.
Let's welcome this president. What are the names? A double the reason for the names.
It's applicable in protocol as well.
That you don't call the
You
president.
can choose not to call the names, you can choose to call the countries.
So if you, now we got live coverage, our people in the interior, our people from all over, listening to the Chief of Protocol of Republic of Liberia, and welcoming a foreign head of state, you don't think it's appropriate to just call the president so the woman in Tottenham will know that the president of Ghana name is Dakwa Nana Akufo-Addo?
Yes, the woman you're talking about will also understand that this president is from Ghana.
So in other words, you're not willing to learn the names?
No, we do learn the names, but sometimes in protocol, we do call the countries. It's applicable.
And there was a reason to call the names, you know?
Sometimes.
So you don't intend to call them?
We do call the names.
Will you begin to try that?
Yes, sir. We did call the names when we had the July 26th celebration, 2023.
Can we play it for you?
July 26th celebration, July 26th celebration, 2023.
July 26th celebration 2022 at the SKD complex.
2023, July
Madam,
26th.
Nominee, are you shouting at me?
No, sir, I can never do
So let
that.
me finish.
Sorry,
We talk
sir.
together. Only one person is talking.
Sorry, Honorable.
Are you fit to be chief of protocol like this?
Yes, sir.
What some of the things you want to do as chief of protocol? What new are you going to bring to that office?
We want to make sure that we increase the capacity of protocol officers. They are asking for more trainings for people.
In the past, Liberia sent people to France, to Egypt, to Morocco. Those are countries that are noted for protocol training. Are you prepared to do that?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared to go for further training yourself?
If that opportunity is given, definitely, sir.
How long have you been working in the foreign service? And you read it, but I want to hear from you.
16 years.
16 years.
Yes, sir.
Can you serve how many protocol directors?
4.
Chief of protocol? How many?
4.
4. Who was the last?
The last chief of protocol was Ambassador Jerry Waterspoon.
And he was a deputy?
Yes, sir.
When I chief of protocol, in recent past, the protocol department have been a little politicized. Are you prepared to depoliticize the department of protocol and give every member of the government, despite your political affiliation, the deserving courtesy?
Sorry, Chief.
In the past, the Department of Protocol have been politicized. Are you prepared as Chief of Protocol to give every ranking member, every government official, despite the political affiliation, the deserving respect and the courtesy that they deserve?
Yes, sir, as we always do. I'm not sure about a particular.
Honor you as Deputy Chief of Protocol. Saying that Abraham Darrell did not went to the SKD complex and he was disrespected by security and protocol officer. What did you do about it?
I don't remember the specific.
You want me to tell us about it?
Yeah, maybe.
He was disrespected, he was on the radio, he went to campaign, he was tuned out and everything was disrespected by both protocol and security.
Honorable, honestly, I don't get involved with campaigns.
Or on the football field. Your protocol officers were at the SKD stadium.
At a campaign
An
rally.
opposition member of the Senate, Abraham Darrell DeLong, went there and he was disrespected.
Football game.
What did you do?
No, I wasn't at the particular.
Is it your first time hearing it?
At the
You are honor oath. Is it your
Maybe
first
I was
time?
out of the country, sir.
You are honor oath. Is
I
this your
don't
first
remember,
time?
sir. I don't remember. Please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
As chair, I will hold that concern.
All right, I'm going to leave from that project.
No, it's not about my name. It's about the fact that what happened at the field was security related and not protocol.
All right.
Yeah.
So I should need protocol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Security declaring security threat, not the protocol department.
So, Mr. Director of Passport, you are NSA Director. What did you do when Mr. Director was disrespected? Long, Senator Gelon, that you were disrespected at the stadium.
No, I have no intelligence on him.
Why did you
Didn't
disrespect
follow Senator Dillon.
Why was he disrespected?
I can't really say, Senator, because that basically should have been the police and the EPS.
You got the intelligence on it. What was your reaction?
No, it was not intelligence of Ghana on that. He had already passed. He had already disrespected the senator. So
You agree that he was disrespected?
yeah, from what I heard on the radio, he was disrespected.
Because Senator Snow, Mr. Nominee,
Yes, sir.
I did not expect that this hearing would even bring this matter up. But in answering this question, especially as former NSA director, you Honor,
Yes, sir.
be very careful. Proceed, Senator Sewell.
So what did you?
We didn't do anything. But we are taught that the EPS and police will handle that.
So you get nothing about it.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure we can trust you with our passport? You are not rated as one of our best NSA directors. Now you're going for passport. Can we trust you with our passport?
Yes, sir.
We can trust you.
Yes, sir.
Madam Director of, Chief of Protocol,
Yes, Honorable.
are you fit for this job?
Yes, sir.
Protocol is the face of every country. Are you prepared in honor oath to this committee? Can you assure us that when confirmed, you will do better than what was done during the inauguration? And this coming July 26th, one month from today, we will see a better protocol of the Republic of Liberia than we have seen in the past.
Yes, Honorable.
You are honor oath. Can you assure us of that?
Yes, Honorable.
Can we hold your confirmation report till after the 26th when you prove that and vote for it?
If that what the committee finalized on.
That will be my recommendation. Mr. Chairman, I submit.
Thank you, Senator Snow. I'd like to remind again that confirmation hearing is job interview. Except maybe the manner which confirmation hearing have been done in the past. But it's serious, it's constitutional. If the framers of democracy, not only in Liberia, America and other places, didn't think that confirmation, the consent of the Senate was that serious, it would not be constitutional. I'd like to also remind, confirmation hearing is not only about academic papers. Confirmation hearing and qualification for a job goes beyond the academic papers. It also requires character credential. It also requires suitability for the job. You may be qualified for the job. The suitability for the job is a different thing. I want us to take that into consideration. So, it is a general impression, I could be wrong, that Senator ain't even qualified to do anything here, to be anything here, but we are here. And while we are here, we have to do our job. Don't consider any question offensive or foolish, because that person gets vote. Senator Babila, followed by Senator John Twiner of Lima County.
Thank you very much. Let me congratulate the nominees, and again, I appreciate the president for having a woman chief of protocol nominated. Congratulations on that. I will start with a question to you, just to piggyback on Senator Smith's question about calling. I wanted to also find out what a protocol allows. In the case of a former president, like now we have, I think, 3 former presidents. So if you were to announce the former president of Liberia or a former president of Nigeria, how do they know who is attending that occasion? That was a concern to me too during that occasion, especially when the Nigerian delegation arrived. Is that allowed in protocol? Because I have no knowledge of protocol.
Titles and, firstly, thank you, Senator. Titles and countries are allowed in protocol.
So as chair, I will be doing coming in between. If two former presidents of the country are at a program, You just say the former president of Liberia or former president of Liberia?
So, the former presidents of Liberia attending the program, residents of Liberia, call the names. The former president, Dr. George Weah, former president, Mama Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
So it's not possible for two former presidents of a foreign country to attend a location in Liberia?
Excuse me?
For example, Mr. Chair, you don't mind. Goodluck Jonathan and Obasanjo attending the program in Liberia. How will you address it?
You can call the both of them names. You can,
But you can also say former presidents of Nigeria.
No, former president. You are not calling them together now.
Okay.
Calling them separately.
So you say former president of Nigeria coming, former president of Nigeria coming.
You call the former president's name.
Okay, good. What about the current president?
Like I said, in protocol you can check, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
It's applicable to call countries.
It's acceptable.
It's
Yeah.
To call countries.
All right.
And to call.
Senator Fabla, please proceed.
Thank you very much, and thank you for elaborating on that question, because I think it was a little bit concerning to all those who attended our occasion, especially people who were sitting far off and could not see the individual, and some put into the individual. But thank you for the answer. Let me ask the passport director.
Senator Fabla, 1 second, please. What we were in, Senator. So our colleague Sharaf, and also let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Senator Amara Konya Papulu County.
He's member of
this Foreign Affairs Committee. My name is Senator Sai Joseph, co-chair to this committee.
Senator, you're in the hearing?
Yeah,
So you can introduce yourself, then we'll proceed.
My name is Senator Simeon Bernatelo from Greengate, North.
Thank you. Senator, please proceed.
Thank you, Chairman. To the passport director, I think my colleagues have asked several questions about our passport, but we have been very concerned about the handling of passports in our country. How are you going to do it differently so that we don't have those information of passport getting missing, passport in the hands of criminals, which doesn't speak well of our country?
Thank you, Senator. What we intend to do is using our skills from the intelligence service, seeing how best that we arrange the passport section down there and make sure that all the applications that come in, we screen them, and then before we can be able to process and they give you the passport. Also, we will contact our partners from around the world to see which of the passports it is that they use all there, that it's not the whole it's not Liberian. To see how best we can work with them to retrieve some of the passports. And if we need these, see how best we can prosecute those who in criminal activities. Thank you.
There's another issue of concern, and that has to do with the effectiveness of the system to access a passport, the number of days you take, the number of hours you take, and all of that. I know one point in time, it was a difficult thing to get passport at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, until one particular passport director came and made it like a 24-hour process. What are you going to do differently so that people can have, because right now there are complaints that even you pay for express, you don't get it under a few days. And this is terrible. So what are you going to do to correct it?
I've spoken with the lady you spoke about. I spoke with her, so thought that we will have some conversation. At the same time, I will review how the process is and show that we can do it faster, so that the Liberian people can be able to have confidence in the passport service.
When were you appointed and nominated to the position?
It was in February.
Since February till now, have you done some assessment of the current situation at the passport?
Yes, ma'am.
You still have not arrived at the formula that will deliver the 24-hour service I mentioned?
And that's why in my deliverable, I said to you what we will be doing in order to fast track the passport.
Okay, because that's a serious thing. You really need to put that on the front burner if you are confirmed. Thank you.
No, it's time.
I will recognize me. Not here you. Not here you go. What? Well, you are the dog. Go. That's why here I in charge. Coach, you are the president.
Please tell me, I will ask you.
No, but I'm not done yet. I still have the floor. So again, let me take this time. Thank you very much, Acting Chair. Let me take this time to congratulate Honorable Bob Harley Sheriff, a very strong man, energetic, and a prepared man to perform in any position he's nominated for.
Get my position.
Get my position.
Oh. So please, what are two for you there?
Yeah, what I do for because you say you want to keep more. So I have no Honorable Bob Sherry, and I believe and trust in his abilities. So I think I can only say, Honorable Sheriff, my vote is already enveloped, and I can only campaign for additional votes. Congratulations.
Senator Vandenga, you have the floor. Thank you, Mr. Co-Chair.
You're going envelope too?
Mr. Ambassador Destiny, do you care, in a summary, to elaborate on your academic credentials?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Co-Chairman, and members of the committee, in my presentation, as graduated by AMU Islamic University with associate with a bachelor degree in public administration. And obtained from the College of West Africa with an associate of art degree. And I attended the Arthur Berkeley College of Business, what we now call Stella Maris Polytechnic University. With this experience, I think I'm suitable for this job. Thank you.
Do you have any inclination of the country that you may be assigned, if confirmed? Come on. I know where I'm carrying
The foreign minister will.
I'm asking if you have any inclination.
I hope I'm sent to Sierra Leone, which I think of.
Oh, you want to go to Sierra Leone? Why?
Not I think. You ask inclination.
Yeah, you hope to go to Sierra Leone. What will you do in Sierra Leone specifically that you wish to go?
Improve the cultural relations. Improve the cultural relations between Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Is that improved?
Huh?
Is that improved?
Improve more.
Okay.
And to strengthen the economic ties.
You know, Keman,
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. Mr. Director of Passport, you know, you got Cherry Squad here now, so it's difficult. Yeah. Mr. Director of Passport, you came, you know, your nomination came with this whole prestige of, you know, making our passport division much more reliable, much more secure. But, you know, listening to you today, I have to ask you about your past job because I'm not getting impressed. Do you have like administrative command wherever you've been working? Like, are you in charge when you are the head?
Yes, sir.
Simply put.
Yes, sir.
At the NSA, were you in charge?
Yes, sir. There were some lapses, of course. There were some gaps.
I agree.
As a human race, these things will happen. But at the end of the day, we'll make sure that we accomplish what we intended.
I want to bring to your attention, and I want to remind you that you are on oath. I was a victim of the numerous harassment by NSA officers. At the highest level, I'm talking about assistant directors, deputy directors, harassing citizens, manufacturing cases. I got arrested 2 times as Deputy Director General of NASCO with a black card for no reason. 2 times we had to avoid and abort that arrest. Were you in charge then when they were happening? And don't pretend that you don't know about the accusation, true or false, about the NSA harassing citizens.
Thank you, Mr. President. All the complaints have come from banks. We have taken administrative action, even at the highest level, where I could not take those decisions and make some recommendation. So it was left with the higher up to make sure that they approve it. But at my level, every complaint that came to me, I took action.
Diplomatic passport. Are former officials of government entitled to diplomatic passport?
The ministry have a team there on who is entitled to diplomatic passport.
There was a recall of diplomatic passport in recent time by the ministry. Are you aware?
Yes, sir.
Do you care to elaborate on how far that process gone? If former officials of government have gotten maybe designated passport that they are qualified for, and what is the procedure right now?
Yeah, all those who ex-government officials, they turn in the passport, and then those passports that you are entitled to, you give them the minute. I was NSA director at the time. I turned in my passport then.
Okay.
Then I requested a new passport.
Okay. I will close on you by saying you need to do much more to get my
Senator, come on. You got a new passport now?
Not yet.
Oh.
I requested for it.
Well,
you have to do more to get my vote. Yeah. Because probably we'll have to have more conversation. I need to be impressed by you.
Senior.
Yeah. Madam Chief of Protocol Designate.
Yes, sir.
I will start from where some of the distinguished senators left. I wrote the point of pronouncing names before even Senator Snow and Senator Vablak will even ask me. For me, I'm well-versed in protocol. You know, to not brag, I have a master's in international relations. I graduated from the prestigious school of Adolphus Durin, and I've done a bit of protocol work. What is on the books that is acceptable in protocol university can also be localized. I would want to encourage you and all of the protocol officers at program to begin to call names. Liberians are used to that. It makes the program much more, you know, attached to people. So being defensive about, you know, is acceptable in protocol. Many of these concerns are concerns of members of the public that will bring up to you. I know it is acceptable to just call countries, but I will encourage you, you know, to begin to call names. And not only to call names, but to call names correctly. And part of the problem that we have had, and it shamed me a lot, and not particularly to you, and I want you, and thankfully you talk about training. And I know it will definitely come because I know how professional you are. But let us focus on pronouncing people's names correctly. Many of the senators here, they traveled abroad, they work abroad. If you went to a new working place or a new school, even the president of the school or your boss of the job will come and ask you, excuse me, how do you pronounce your name? We need to ask questions how some of these names are pronounced. And I know it's a Liberian thing whereby we are lazy to pronounce name. I got 3 syllables in my name. Many people struggle to pronounce Nyatwai. So I will encourage you along those lines, probably to elaborate further on those kind of trainings so that people can pronounce people's names correctly, and encourage you to not just do what is acceptable, but what is customized for Nigeria.
Noted, Senator.
And the last point I want to make, is something that is very close to my heart. Microphone. I even campaign on microphone. I know it's what I call it.
No, it is important.
Microphone. I even campaign on microphone issue. As Senator, that I will be one of those to fix the microphone issue in Liberia, and it sounded funny to people. What is happening to microphones? Doing programs, always, every day. And what will you do to solve the microphone problem? Every day, president, foreign minister, prime minister, people talking, boom, 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 changing it. What will you do?
Boom, yeah. Boom. If you want to get a president right now, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So the microphone get in the country, boom, boom. Yeah. Question competition.
So please throw that in there.
Senator, microphones are technical issues. So it's not fully a protocol issue. If we're attending our program here, you'll find out that we work in collaboration with the GSA, who's responsible for the microphones. Sometimes we'll test the microphones after they have mounted those microphones. But sometimes they have technical issues.
It can't always be, the routine nature of microphone problems cannot just be, because of technical issue. I think it has to do with preparation as well, and multiple testing and making sure that, things are working properly. And I will encourage you along those lines. So I will close, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, by letting you know that, I follow your work. I worked along with you before. I know you started your career technically in the foreign ministry.
Don't go beyond that.
And
don't go beyond that. No voting.
I wish you well, Madam Gordon, and I. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.
So, former Foreign Minister, ranking member of this committee, Senator Wesley Garfini, followed by Senator Jonathan Porter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me thank all of you.
African show.
I want to go directly to the passport director. In your discourse, you said the passport, Liberian passport, have issues with security issues. Am I clear on that? There are some security issues.
Senator, what we're trying to say is that we need to put in a little more feature.
So they need more features. How will you rank the Liberian passport?
With the present situation all around and our own complaint, we think that the Liberian passport will be ranked somewhere around 60%.
60%. Do you believe that the Chinese, the Americans, the Europeans will put visa in a 60% passport that have 60% security features?
Yes, sir.
So are they issuing visa in these passports today?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because this is my problem. I serve in the capacity as foreign minister. And most of the issues with passport. But the Americans are issuing visas in those passports that we are complaining about. The Chinese are issuing visas in those passports that we are complaining about. The Europeans are doing that. The Asians are doing that. So we have an issue. And let's face it, our passport in terms of security, yes, we must improve. There's space for improvement. But I don't believe that passports are so low in grades that some of the complaints that are coming are genuine. And I think it's from your testimony that you yourself have admitted to that even the 60% passport will not get visas issued from some of these countries. But thank you for that. I'm sure that you will continue to look at some of the issues surrounding the passport. I think more of politics than the issue of security. I want to go to the protocol director. Did you work with near foreign ministry?
Yes, Honorable.
What in what capacity? How many independent programs did you work with? Broadly.
From the time you served.
Yeah, from the time I served. It's 2018, 2019, and 2020. What did you observe as deputy chief of protocol? How was it? How was it work with me?
Our work with him was very cooperative.
Did I get upset at times with the protocol?
Many times.
Did I perform protocol duties as Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Yes, sir.
So did you learn anything from that?
Yes, please.
Now I'm in the Senate. Programs, national programs, I know that members of the legislature have been put in a category of unimportance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you get to a program, the legislature don't have enough seats. 103. Sometimes the seating is not there. Besides that, some of us have wives and husbands.
Oh, you forgot that one.
Yeah. Husbands. And sometimes there are no seating arrangements, protocol arrangements. I'm not going to ask you, because I think you know already, but I'm just going to make a statement that if you get my vote, and I mean if you get my vote, you can look at me the way you want to look at me, I would expect you to perform those duties to give the legislature full respect and make sure that seating arrangements at these programs, escort arrangements at these programs are taken seriously. You know, the other senators are concerned about precedents, but the protocol officers sometimes don't even know the senators. They don't even know the representatives in there, right? So I expect you to try to put in training programs so that perhaps work with the Senate protocol, that they will be able to identify members of the legislature. So I look forward to seeing you performing at some of these programs in the distant future. Mr. Chairman, I respectfully salute. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you. Senator Silver, followed by Senator Amara Kone, followed by Senator Simeon Taylor, followed by the co-chair of the committee, Senator Sir Joseph in our order, and then I will close.
I can follow up.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me say thank you to the President for yet nominating another female in this other batch, because all of the groups that have been coming, they were always female, which is a good thing for our young democracy. Okay, with that said, Mr. Director of Passport, nominee. So, I'd like to piggyback on a question Senator Snow asked. He said, at the NSA, there were too much money given out. Will you do the same thing when you get to the passport division? And you said no. Were you giving your approbation to the fact that money was being siphoned around the NSA?
What I was trying to say is that the term of reference, the kind of work you do at the NSA, is quite different from what you do.
I understand that. So you took money and just gave it up because you had a different term of reference?
No, sir.
You said yes?
No, what I was saying is that what was given at NSA was on the basis of the term of reference, what kind of work you do there. So there are a lot of covert work being done there.
Covert work requires giving money for free?
No.
I'm seeking understanding. I'm seeking understanding. You know, I heard you answer to.
Sorry. We disregarded last. About the spending of NSA.
No, I said covert work. I'm asking.
Yeah, so for all the reasons that disregarded.
All right. So you are speaking of trying to change the passport in your expose. Does that responsibility fall solely under you?
No, sir. With the approval of the Minister of
I didn't hear you speak of approval. You said your vision.
Yeah, in the vision, I said what the Minister views are.
Okay. All right. And I would have expected something like the spread of our passport in some people's hands who are not genuine is of concern. And so we'd like to see that change, or maybe by changing our passport, redesigning these features could give us some protection. Along those lines, that's what my talk was. And I think that's what you should have been talking about instead of you want to just add some security feature and the people will still have the same passport because you have to recall them. What do you say to that?
Even if we add the security feature, there's a lot of change. So before we conclude the change, we have to speak with our legal department, whereas because there has always been a contractual agreement with the company. So we've got to review the contractual agreement and see how best we can add or change the feature.
Do you think we have the ability to print or do our own passport in Liberia instead of giving it to some contractors?
We have to review that. I mean, I would say that often. We have to review and see what sort of confidence and things that you have here to see how best we can do the passports here.
Because we are paying these people who they are taking certain percentage, right? And we're giving our money to them who can do the same thing here. I would think you should seek to better that department. Mr. Sharif, how are you going? My colleague, I cannot hear you. Mr. Sharif, I heard you say when you are confirmed, should you be confirmed, it will be better for our cultural and whatever other thing you spoke about. What does that mean when you say it will be better for our cultural area?
Culture, Mr. Chairman,
I'm not chairman.
members of the committee.
Okay.
The committee.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Politics, culture, and economics.
And what?
Economics. Those are functions and responsibilities of the ambassador. When I'm there, whenever country I'm sent to, will be my responsibility to strengthen the culture.
So is the ambassadorial function restricted to countries?
Not to a country. I am definitely, so the foreign ministry will decide.
No, that's my question. My question is, when you are an ambassador, Does it mean that you have to go to a country?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Speak on.
Is that something?
Mr. Speaker, let me recognize the President of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. No.
You got the lawyer? Okay, ready? I got follow-up. Yeah, that follow-up question.
Okay, let's proceed. We have recognized the Speaker of the House of Representatives observing this hearing.
Yeah, Representative.
No.
Okay, so, Bossman, when you are an ambassador, does that mean that you have to be to a particular country?
If I'm the ambassador.
No, I'm not speaking to. I said, an ambassador. Does it mean that you have to be assigned to a particular country?
No.
So why you keep saying when I go to this other country, I go to Sierra Leone, I go to this place? Why?
No, because my position mentioned designated. I have been send me to Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and whatever the foreign ministry desires.
So is it possible that someone can be an ambassador and don't have a country to go to?
You will have a country to go.
Oh, they will?
Because if you say you have an ambassador, they have an ambassador to.
Is there something called cultural ambassador? Is there something called ambassador of tourism? What country they belong to?
They are ambassador. They are ambassador for.
Mr. Chairman, order. Mr. Chairman, order.
Please, Senator Subway, please proceed. Let's have order. No, please let's have order. The nominee will respond. No senator will respond for the nominee. Senator, please proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I call for order. I call my colleague to order.
What's the order?
My colleague from Reggie keep asking this one question over and over.
Maybe I will answer to it. Go ahead with the order.
Okay.
Okay, you're not answering that question. I will drop my
Let me rest on this. Just let me say left one. That's it. Madam, protocol, chief of protocol. You know, that function has a Herculean task. On a very serious note, I heard Senator Snow say you are the face of the country. You are, certainly. If one of the compatriots of the president comes to this country and he's going to see him, the first person he sees, or she sees, is you. I heard you grade the inauguration program at 7. Seriously? Man, that was a mess. That thing was a mess. And if you were in charge, then you did not do a good job. Let's forget the microphone. The handling of the activities. Guests that were coming in were not even identified. People were sitting all over the place. I saw one man, Arab man, I'm sure if you want to read Arab country, came and did not have a seat. He was standing there. He had to go down and stand on wherever he was standing at. But you did not do a good job. To hear that you were in charge, whether they gave it to you, whether there was an interim team, but you were in charge of protocol. That was the president of the Republic of Liberia. You were in charge. You all did not do a good job. Let us sugarcoat anything here. Let not bother anything or say, I give you a 7, I give you a 7. You miss 0. Okay. She said she was in charge. So you have to comment. Yeah, but they put her better than you. You know, Mr. Chairman, I think I will yield.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I will yield. It's okay. Yeah, I will yield.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, thank you very much. Let me first congratulate the nominees on your nominations by the President. I have a few questions. First, I'll start with Sotoko. I'm sorry if my colleague have asked question I came back with on. Just let me know that I'm just here. I've known you from at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs way back when I was in the executive branch, and literally you built a career there, and now you are in charge of protocol for our country. We recognize that this is an awesome responsibility. There are so many challenges. I don't need to tell you some of the mistakes. You know, when we're having national events, we can be gossiping about your that you're spoiling our program, spoiling our meeting. Are you aware of this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any plan to fix this? Because, sorry, it sometimes can be a national embarrassment. We want to see if you have a plan to minimize or eliminate that. Because nearly every national program, we scratch our head and then we talk back there about you guys, behind your back. How do you plan to fix that?
Thank you, Senator. Firstly, with the protocol officers, like we said, we will work with authorities on training. We'll also work with senior officials of government because we understand with all offense that the protocol officers at most times, will have some errors. But every single official is a protocol aspect, which causes us a lot of problems. So we'll also work with the branches, with officials of government, so that a lot of times protocol work are not interfered. Thank you.
I suppose you are under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a budget, like your own budget?
No, sir.
To the passport director, nominee.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. I have 3 questions for you. Who is qualified to get the diplomatic passport? And the reason I'm asking is that over the past few years, there's been a lot of scandals. Our passports have been scandalized, particularly the dip passports. And, it's affected us in many ways internationally, to the point where it is still a concern for some of our major bilateral partners. So can you tell me who is qualified to receive Liberian passport and what is the process for acquiring them?
Thank you, Mr. Senator. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a listing on who all qualify, like the senators, representatives, their wives, their children, ambassadors, their wives, their children, ministers, and the list goes on. So the official government rests the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then the passport process is pursued, and the ministry, the applicant gets the passport.
Okay, in the event where you are not a minister, a legislator, a judge, or spouse or whatever, a foreigner, for example, how does the foreigner get a diplomatic passport?
From what I understand, the president or the minister of foreign affairs can issue a diplomatic passport to certain individuals. I'll have that discussion.
So this is at their discretion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about family law in the passport process? For example, you have two parents, one of them non-Nigerian, and in that case, how does the child born in Nigeria, a Nigerian citizen born on our soil, get passport in that case? Say the father or the mother was from another country. Is there a law or regulation that requires that child to reach 18 and then blah, 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 and all of that?
Yes, sir. When you reach the age of 18, you declare. Upon that declaration, then you can.
So how does that child travel between his birth and that period where he or she is an adult and expected to make this decision or declaration?
Another aspect from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Since I've been there, I've not gone to that level yet. Okay. I think it could be under the auspices of the parents, especially the child's minor.
Okay. I'm interested in knowing how that works because most of our fellow citizens who are born here and should be entitled to Nigerian passport are subjected to this. And then, how about in the event where somebody has applied for passport, but that person is a subject of litigation or some kind of a criminal process in the court? Do you still go ahead and give that person the passport, or do you wait until the judgment?
I think we'll wait until judgment is rendered.
Huh?
I think we'll wait until judgment is rendered.
Okay. The passport office, how many staff there?
I can say now because I've just going through the process so that I can go there and take over.
What is the turnaround time to get a passport? Like, what kind of passport? The citizen comes in, applies for passport, pay their fee and everything. How long does it take for the person to take delivery of the passport?
I understand it's supposed to be about 3-4 days, how it's supposed to be. But sometimes with the bottleneck, sometimes it reaches to 6-7 days. So what we have talked to you, by taking over, we'll be able to see how best that we can ensure that you receive the passport in the time frame. That will be
the time frame being 3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days.
Can you make that part of your performance? Measures or criteria? It's important.
We hope to do everything possible.
A lot of people complaining about the passport process. But I know we also need to build integrity in the passport application process, particularly on the state passport side, which we now know, based on your answer to my first question, you have to be a government official at a certain grade, of a certain level, in the 3 branches of government to get the passport for yourself and your spouses. And in the case where we have seen abuse, proliferation, and foreign nationals carrying out diplomatic passports, only the president and the foreign minister can issue those passports at their discretion. Okay. Mr. Sharif, congratulations on your nomination as ambassador. I wanted to just congratulate you and to wish you well, hoping that you will leverage your experience in the legislature, rich culture of Cape Mount, to help foster good relations wherever they are assigned. Thank you very much.
Senator Joseph, the co-chair. But before the co-chair comes in, Senator Simeon Taylor, followed by Senator Sir Joseph, then I will close.
Thank you.
Follow up. Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Director.
Before Senator Taylor proceeds, we'd like to remind again that this hearing is live on EFBC. We want to appreciate the management of EFBC for carrying this interaction live so that people can understand the nature of work that we do here.
Yes, and also the chairman, also chairman of information.
Yeah, I'm chairman on information. I'm chairman on the committee on information as well, under which ERBC.
All right. So, are you aware that diplomats or lawmakers are getting diplomatic passport for 2 years?
Yes, sir. 2 years.
If you are confirmed, do you have any intention to change that? From
No,
2 years?
no, sir.
Why?
2 years. 2 years is what has been mandated by district. So, there's no reason to recommend this.
Yeah, but in my mind, I think, like for example, you have lawmakers who are here for 9 years. Other countries around here are giving passport to their diplomats for maybe 5 years. We are giving 2 years, and you found lawmakers going after every 2 years to renew their passport.
Senator Taylor, the regulation for issuance of diplomatic passport is 2 years, renewable after every 2 years. So
we have to.
A lawmaker will not get more than 2 years if the national regulation period is 2 years. A renewable once it's still in office. If you are not in office, you qualify for as former lawmaker under the regulation. So he's not the one who doing that. It is him.
Maybe we have to improve the system. That's why I'm asking the question. So I know you can't do it.
Thank you.
So however the case be, I want to say thank you and congratulations, Governor Sharif.
My co-chair, Senator Joseph. No, after me.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and colleagues. Mr. Sharif, good afternoon. Yeah. I want to say first of all, congratulations. Make it on the same period. I just want to advise that I hope you do well, and I believe in you. You're going to do it. And by the grace of God, if you are confirmed, you do well, and represent the people of Grand Cape Mountain and help to bring peace in Grand Cape Mountain County. Thank you. Yeah. So, how long you have served in the NSA?
37 years.
I asked that question intentionally. And before saying what I want to say, I want to first of all say thank you for maintaining your integrity at the NSA, most especially the safekeeping of passports that were kept at the office there. And that was investigated by this committee, and it was proven that those passports.
The program around was.
What the hell said I should go ahead? Yes, I see it.
Didn't be a family hearing? This must be a family hearing. Speak on and program, yeah. Okay, we'll proceed.
Thank you for that, for your role. Again, I think for me personally, you serving those number of years in the NSA, being appointed to serve as passport director, for me personally, representing the people of Moscow County, if I was in that position or in that situation, I wouldn't have accepted the job because we're exposing you to too many things, most especially your work in the security sector. After those number of years, you even hear my police asking questions about whether you are aware about action that took place about he being arrested on 1 or 2 occasions. I don't think we should bring it down to that level again of passport director after serving those number of years in the NSA. I have not seen that in any other country. That particular sector, the NSA, is a special area. Informations. There are things that you know. None of us here is aware of those things. Today we're bringing you to an open public sector area, passport director, where everybody have to come to you. But again, it's about you. It's about yourself. You have the right to make a decision. But as co-chair of this committee, I commended you earlier on the safekeeping of passports that we thought were distributed or were sold. We kept them until the government requested that we want to see those passports, and you produce them, they were counted. You saved this government a lot. That's why I'm saying thank you to you. And we should not be reducing you to a passport director position. Madam, I want to say thank you also for your service. I want to ask you a question. Why is it those embassies, most especially the U.S. embassy, they ask us to, sometimes you go there for, you go through the process and then they request for service passport, ordinary passport for lawmaker instead of issuing your visa on a diplomatic passport. Is that a reason?
Policy varies from country to country. So their regulations is such that when you are going on a non-official business, you should use your ordinary passport.
So when a situation arises anywhere while on a trip, something happens, you are not hold responsible as a lawmaker because you are not on an official trip. Is that what you're saying?
Because you are on tourism.
You are on tourism. That's the purpose of that. Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Senator Joseph, the co-chair of this committee. Senator Edmund Snow has followed up, and then I will close up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks again for your leadership. Mr. Ambassador Nominee, the nominees, Ambassador, you say you want to be assigned which country again?
Mr. Chairman, co-chairman, members of the committee, the following minister will give the assignment. Thank you.
But do you know how ambassadors go to a country? Do you understand the process?
Yes, I do.
Are you aware that your agreement has to be sent to that country and it's accepted before you go, the president will appoint you there?
I'm aware of that.
But I got concerned when you say your intention is to go to Sierra Leone as ambassador. You said, you didn't say that?
I hope they will send me that.
But how can you say that an agreement hasn't been sent there?
The agreement will be sent, I will accept.
After your confirmation?
The agreement will go after the confirmation?
So just a blanket confirmation?
Thank you. Okay. You got limited time.
Madam Chief of Protocol, can you give me your rank, the first 7 officials in the Liberia government? Every time we go to the program, Every protocol officer get different with salutation, they get different names, they can call first, second. Can you give me the first 7?
The President of the Republic of Liberia, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Speaker, the Chief Justice, the Senate Pro Tem, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
What's the Deputy Speaker?
So if the Speaker is there, then we put down the Deputy Speaker. So the Deputy Speaker comes when you are addressing the entire representative.
When the first lady is at a program with the president, how will you do this transition?
So you address the president and the first lady.
Can you help me?
When the president is addressing, or when you're addressing?
When the protocol addressing the audience, in the presence of the first lady, how will you do it?
Introducing who?
The first 7. When the first lady is present.
His Excellency the President, Madam First Lady.
Okay, then you continue. Yes. Okay. The last question, or the last thing is, we take protocol for granted. And on a very personal note, I've known you for many years. And I hope you'll try, because during the inauguration, it was a disaster. I remember you calling me 8 o'clock on the morning of inauguration when you were on your way to the ministerial complex to look for chairs for the legislature. That's how disorganized it was. So when you said you gave the protocol for the inauguration 7 out of 10, I was disappointed. I hope that 7 was a mistake. But at national programs, when you go to other countries, you see the military and paramilitary. They are seated distinctly. The Chief of Staff of the Army, the Commissioner General of Police. In Liberia, so now they're giving in the back. They're just sitting among the audience. Can we begin to have a diagram of programs? How do we sit government officials? The speaker sometimes go with his wife. And maybe there's no space there for his wife. Or maybe the program they're married one day. Let them go a husband. There should be space for, So I just want you to just work on that, to have a national diagram, and that the protocol officer will address official government district every time, even Sunday at a meeting. Some people can speak, they say, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Vice President, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, and Chief Justice. So let's have it in order. Because again, like I said to you, Madam Chief of Protocol Designate, the protocol of any country is the face of that country. And once the protocol goes wrong from the beginning, it will end wrong. It will end wrong. You can't get it right again. So again, I will be ready to vote after the July 26 program. If you can perform to my satisfaction, with all than that, I will be to the chairman to hold on to the vote on the after the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's be glad.
He's anywhere. Yeah. No, that's okay. Thank you. Colleague, let me start at this. Let me come on so I can see the nominees. I want to start with the small things. One of the reasons we ask our colleagues to make us chair of the Committee on Foreign Affairs, even though it's a general attitude in our country, if you brought Bill Gates here to be Minister of Technology, some Liberians can say you're not qualified to go and get a degree. You bring Mark Zuckerberg, you say you get a degree in qualified, but everybody owns Mark Zuckerberg invention. I asked to chair this committee so that we can help to change a lot of things, including the protocol, the national protocol, or plenty of things. I will start with a very technical little things. I'm not going to ask you a question, Madam Nominee for Chief of Protocol Republic of Liberia regarding this particular one. I'm just going to say it as an advice. The president of Liberia, whoever the president is, can waste 30 minutes on salutation. Especially doing address to the nation through the annual message. The annual message is a legislative function. The president is invited to deliver his message in session. The president comes, he does not sit. He walks through the door, goes straight to the podium, speaks, and then leaves. And before the president walks through the door, the speaker who is presiding over that joint session calls session to order, make sure there's quorum of the Senate and the House. We resume into legislative business. The president comes in, addresses the nation, and walks out, and then we adjourn that session. So the annual message is a function of the legislature. The president comes and he addresses the whole nation before he starts speaking. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam Pro Tem, Arab Chief and Arab Council, member of the diplomatic corps, who they again, Christian community, business leader, what's that?
Marketing association.
Yeah, please tell the president by protocol. The president enters and addresses Mr. Speaker, members of the legislature, and move on. From today. That is the protocol for salutation. Mr. Speaker, Madam Pro Tem, yes. Let the members of the legislature. No vice president business, no first lady, no bishop council, all that thing. In fact, we're so used to the thing when the president finished going through that long list of salutation of the Pope, and then he said, fellow citizens there and gentlemen, the Pope can be clapping for salutation and all. It needs to stop. The protocol of the Republic must advise and insist that it should stop. You save us all that headache. I want to ask you one question. You the chief of protocol of the Republic of Liberia.
Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny is correct. VIP launch, presidential launch, what's the difference? Question. Nominee, can you proceed?
The VIP lounge should be used or is used for officials, senior officials of government. The presidential lounge is for presidents, sitting president and his president invited guests. Presidents. So that's the difference, presidential and VIP. So if Honorable Darius Dillon was traveling, he would use the VIP lounge. When His Excellency the President is traveling, he would use the presidential lounge.
Former President Dillon, which lounge?
So the regulations being put in place is that it's discretional, the president can decide, but on the book, the former presidents will use the VIP lounge for which they have a presidential area there to be used.
So the presidential lounge is essentially not the same as the VIP lounge. Correct?
Correct.
In simple terms, only a sitting president is by regulation allowed to use the presidential lounge.
By regulation for the president.
The sitting president invites another president from another country.
Yes, sir.
they can use the presidential launch.
Correct.
Former president and all other officials of government use a VIP launch. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Why is it difficult for you to make the clarity and distinction? Question.
I'm not sure about what is difficult about clarity.
So you haven't heard, I'm bringing this thing because it's all part of protocol. You haven't heard, George Weah, for instance, is former president of Liberia. He was democratically elected. He turned over power democratically. All honor and respect due to the office of president, one who has occupied that place, will be accorded to George Weah as former president.
Correct.
People think that he entitled to use a presidential launch. So when he go to the airport and he say, Chief, the VIP launch, people can think that the country divided. I made a simple clarity that presidential launch is not the same as VIP launch. Do you think the country will be united on that one?
I'm sure that clarity was made.
Sufficiently?
Okay, I'm doing now.
Okay. So,
Chairman, I thought she can.
no, I don't say that.
No, but she's not being. Yeah.
No, I don't say that, sir.
I see her as such. I'm not going to see her as such.
Yes, so I respect that.
Huh? You want to get?
On this committee, we'll try as much with our oversight so that we can improve protocol.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Passport Director Designate, with the rank of Deputy Minister and Ambassador. Yes, that's what he is, nomination letter. What's your knowledge of during your time as MSA Director? What's your knowledge of 29,000 passports between 2021, 2022 there? Question.
Thanks, Senator. I remember there was some container that came in from for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. When they went down there to get the container, one of the protocol officer realized that there were some passports that were in there. And so the NSA was called. And so we sent our agent and then we confiscated the passport. So we kept the passport until we asked the Ministry of Foreign Affairs if they would take delivery. But they asked us to stay hold the passport. So we held his passport up to the time I left the agency.
So the 29,000 passports are accounted for?
Yes, sir.
At NSA?
Yes, sir.
As we speak?
Yes, sir.
Was it in your turnover note to your successor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm bringing this up because we want to be clear that when we take some action as committee and as Senate, some people don't understand it. They just say a lot of stuff by their perception, their own sentiment. And sometimes as national leaders, we won't follow that. A nominee, Joel Gray, was confirmed as part of some of those issues. People thought she was under investigation for 29,000 passports that were allegedly sold. Those passports were not sold. They're in the custody of NSA, formally, officially.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll proceed. When you talk about security feature of our passports, you're talking about increasing the likelihood of duplication, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you suggesting that the current passport security features are not strong enough?
It's not strong enough from the discussion with the technical people. So they have suggested to me that if we increase the feature within the passport, that would be better for the different when you script the passport, the passport will show that those are legitimate passports.
The passport.
Because around the world, you got a lot of people around the world who people getting the passport. There was even some information that was picked up from someone in Mexico. There were some people there, some company there that were making passports. So all these things we took into consideration and thought that there was a need to see how that we can increase the features in the passport.
Which is more prevalent, if I may say, that the security feature of the passport or greed of some people in government, say the passport department or foreign affairs, to sell the passport that is causing to be in any hand out there with no regard for patriotism and just put a hand over and then on a religion with the country. Which should be more of your concerns? Is it increasing the security feature of the passport or threatening the manner how it can be issued, especially issued in the wrong hand, non-Liberians? Let me give you one instance. South Korea was allowing visa on arrival on an ordinary Liberian passport. Liberians were benefiting from that privilege until our ordinary passport landed in a lot of non-Liberian hands. And then they were abusing that privilege and doing different things, and then the country image started to decline through our passport, and South Korea decided to suspend that privilege and only allowing entry without visa to South Korea on diplomatic passport, to the extent that the diplomatic passport must be for official reason through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, not just because you get diplomatic passport, you get enter South Korea. So is it the feature in the passport, or that the passport is all in different hands and do different things? Which should be your more concern?
Yeah, Senator, we don't want to rule any out. We don't want to rule it's possible, but both. So we would like to see how best we could look at both sides. Looking at the increasing the features in the passport as well as other issues, because we know that people do dubious things, of course. So we're looking at it from all angles and see which is the best and which is the most safety for the country.
I think one of my colleagues asked this question. One of the most difficult challenges Liberians and especially abroad as well live is to obtain Liberian passport. The Liberians living in South Korea will have to go to Japan to renew their passports because we have a station in Japan. Liberians living in Refugee here in Grand Bassa, even in the remote part of Monserrado County, we have to come to town to foreign ministry to do their passports. If you have a passport that got missing or expired, you have to come do the process all over and come along with your fingerprint about data. How can we improve that so that if your passport expires or passport gets missing, the system can just update it and give you a new one? What's your plan and vision in that direction?
Yeah, we have thought that when we get in there, we'll be able to review the whole system and have the stakeholders to all sit down and see how best we can put into place a system that will be able to secure our passports and ensure that people get their passports on time.
When the president called you, I believe, to inform you that he will nominate you to this position, what was his vision selecting you? Question.
I wouldn't say, I mean, he said to me that the passports have been all over, and then there are a lot of people who have the passports, and the passports have been in wrong hands and what's not, so there was a need that we look at Liberia twice and see how best we can get all these passports and ensure that these passports don't get in the wrong hands.
Are you ready to do that?
Yes, sir.
How long is it going to take for me to see a citizen in Refugee or Grand Coup or Grand Bassa or in the remotest part of Monserrado or any part of the country can have access to Liberian passport and don't necessarily have to come to town with foreign affairs?
With your help as well, we will see how we can additionalize the issue of the passport.
What do you think you call expedite the passport?
To make sure that passport reach to those who request speedily and on time.
So, somebody, is it legal to pay expedite fees?
I can really say, Senator, I'm going to review the entire system and talk with the legal affairs people to see what will be fair enough for Liberian people.
No, that's not for fairness. I said it's illegal because I always hear people talk about paying fees for express to speed up the process for my passport. Yeah, still people pay these fees. They don't even get the official receipt. They don't even get a passport on time. They're almost like waiting for ordinary passport. Is it a legal thing to charge for express?
I think it all should be embedded into the price of the passport. If you got that into the price of the passport, then that will be able to help the expedite the passport.
So you pay the ordinary fee, which is $50. If you want it within certain days beyond also the ordinary period of time, I think it's 2 or less. If you want it long before then, or emergency or something, you pay fees to express, right? Is it legal to pay that fee?
Yes, sir. It should be.
No, I don't want should be.
It is legal. Because you need your passport as fast as possible. And looking at the entire fees for the passport, if at all the fee for expediting the passport is not within that, then I think it's fair enough to pay.
So if the passport costs $50 and I want it within 2 days, and I'm made to pay $150 for instance, and I don't get it within 2 days,
no, then it's not fair.
I'm not fair in that business.
It's not right.
Yeah?
It's not right. You should
it means you have the
minister given time.
It means the minister has defaulted.
Yes, sir.
Should you refund that person?
It should be. Because the bargain between both of you have failed the bargain. So it's obvious that you
are you committing that you bring that refund, that if somebody paid for express and they pass through the process to legally obtain the legal receipt, and they don't have that passport within the quote-unquote express period, that the ministry will refund them?
Yes, sir.
You order all?
Yes, sir.
You order all?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's obvious that the
Yes,
sir, Senator.
Mr. Nominee,
Yes, sir, Senator.
will you put that into writing, committing that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Passport Department, will refund any legal fee paid for express and they did not get their passport during the express period?
I will discuss that with the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yes,
I will discuss that with the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Mr. Nominee, Mr. Ambassador,
Sir.
good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
What are you going to do as Ambassador? Question.
Politics. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Co-Chairman, and members of the committee. You ask what I'm going to do as an ambassador. If I get your question correct. The work of an ambassador is politics, economics, and culture. These are three things. No.
You're talking to me. You're talking to me. Continue. You done?
Yeah.
Have you answered?
Yeah.
Have you been in foreign service before?
No, sir. Not yet. Well, coming from me, yes, sir.
Coming from the lesson, continue.
I submit.
You know, the thing is,
I submit, Mr. Chairman.
the people who keep him to support all of you. We feel happy, feel good that when you in that job and you're performing, they can say, we don't want you to care for you. They will say that the senator then confirm. So, you want me to be ambassador?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. And members of the committee.
Convince me why I'm be ambassador. You see, this is a job interview. And you gotta convince me. Convince me why you made ambassador.
I think coming from this legislature, which is our political theater, I think I can better represent this country into our neighborhood.
Usually you see a sample from that?
So Mr. Nominee, they would have played at the best political theater. Hello, sir. Celebrate our best political theater. What happened to the re-election? No, the nominee is laughing and they're taking it like that. That's why I need to ask him.
No.
Yeah. They come here, we take it like that, we get you saw that. We get very respected institutionally.
In every democratic process, the will of the people is the will of God.
So the will of God was for you not to be represented again. The word of God and for other kind and they ambassador.
I was defeated.
Yeah?
I was defeated. And the people are spoken.
Distinguished colleague who was suspended hearing adjourned. The committee will meet as the tradition is.
This phase one.
And we made our appropriate recommendations to plenary. I want to thank you for coming. Sergeant Earls, discharge the nominees. We appreciate the presence of the Speaker and the President pro tempore who witnessed this hearing. We want to appreciate ELBC, the state broadcaster, for airing this hearing live. And we want to thank everybody for coming. This hearing is hereby adjourned.
We're not discharging.